Good evening. You're watching World is One, and this is Wion Sports with me, Rahul Dalal. Some big interviews coming up on the show, and you can take your pick between a three-time Cricket World Cup winner or a two-time Olympic cycling champion. We suggest that you stick around for both. Up first, it's cricket. The 2019 edition of the Indian Premier League is all set to kick off this weekend, with one team in particular hoping to end a very poor record in the tournament in recent years. The Delhi Daredevils have been rebranded the Delhicapitals after a change in ownership in the off-season. And after some astute recruitments headlined by the likes of Shikhar Dhawan, Akshar Patel and Colin Ingram, the capital team are eyeing at least a place in the playoffs for the first time in 7 seasons. I had the opportunity to speak to the team's head coach, former Australian captain Ricky Ponting, about the upcoming season as well as the World Cup. Take a listen. The new season of the Indian Premier League is almost upon us, and I'm privileged to have former Australian captain Ricky Ponting here with me, who's the head coach of the rebranded Delhicapitals. Ricky, welcome back to India, of course. You must be pleased with the squad that you have at your disposal for this particular season. There's a rare consensus as well among cricket analysts that Delhi seem to have one of the most balanced squads this season. Do you agree?
I do agree. I think we have got a very well-balanced squad, but I think everyone said the same thing last year as well. And we know the way the results went last year. Look, I think all squads end up looking really good on paper. It's about how you play really now, how we train them, how we prepare them, how we get them ready for the IPL will be the difference between winning or not winning, I guess. So it's up to us to get the best out of the players, as I said. But look, I'm excited. It does feel like a really fresh start. Everything from our outfits to the logo to the whole rebrand of the Delhicapitals is really exciting, and we've got some exciting players to work with. So I can't wait for the first game to come around.
The unique thing about your squad is that it's built around the score of young Indian players, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Prithvi Shaw. Then now you've got some more experienced heads as well in Shikhar Dhawan, Ishant Sharma, likes of that. Has it been a conscious decision to build this squad up around Indian talent?
Yeah, it definitely has been, and that's just not been this year as well. I mean, these guys have all been in the system here in Delhi for a number of years now. Obviously, we're bringing in a couple of experienced guys with Shikhar and Ishant, as you say. I mean, every successful team that I've been a part of has had a really good mix of youth and experience, and that's what we've got this year. Put guys like Chris Morris in there as well, and Amit Mishra, these sort of guys. We have got a really good balance, an exciting team. With lots of options, and I think that's what you need going through an IPL. Even now, I can sit here now and probably tell you what I think our first starting 11 is, but you need to have flexibility through the tournament with different conditions, different opposition, and whatever else. And I think we've got that this year. So we're just going to sit back and wait for them all to arrive now. We've got most of the young Indian boys in. A lot of the overseas guys don't arrive until late, and that can be a great challenge as well. But as I said, it's an exciting time. We play Mumbai first game, so it doesn't get much bigger than that for us, and we're really excited by the prospects of our season.
The player workload ahead of the World Cup is something that a lot of the other teams and, team heads have been talking about as well, trying to manage the workload of the players who are likely to feature there. But the interesting thing is, I don't think that you have that much of a problem as far as that is concerned while having a very competitive squad. Do you think that could be a big factor in this IPL season?
Yeah, well, I've heard some sort of rumblings the last few days about some of the Indian players might be rested towards the back end of the IPL to make sure they're fresh for the start of the World Cup. You would think that would be fast bowlers. I don't think we'll have any fast bowlers in India's World Cup squad. But we've got some of our overseas are probably a bit more of a concern. Looks like Rabada and Morris will probably miss the first game, so they won't be available at the start, and then they might miss a couple of games at the back end. But that certainly came into our thinking around the auction table as well. You'll see that we haven't got any Australians in our squad because we knew the Australians would be arriving late, leaving early. So we've made sure we've got backups in the right place. If Morris and Rabada happen to go early, we've got guys that can come in and take their places and do a good job for us. So it is a big part of it. We've seen Rajasthan the last couple of years sort of get through to the pointy end of the tournament and then not have any of their star players there. That's the last thing that you want. So we've done our best to plan for that, and we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
Okay, final question. World Cup coming up. Of course, you're going to join up with the Australian team in a coaching capacity for that one. A lot of people seem to think England and India are the favourites just going in. Must be pleased with how Australia seem to be coming into their own as well at just the right time. Would you say that these are the favourites? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, wind the clock back a week and there probably weren't too many people that were talking about the Australian team going to the World Cup. Things can change pretty quickly. So I don't think Australia should get too carried away with what they've done the last week over here. I don't think India should be too concerned about losing those last 3 games. I think both those teams are very, very good cricket teams and will both feature heavily, I think, in the World Cup. England, as far as I'm concerned, are still the favoured team. They've got great balance, they've got great depth, and it's in their home conditions. So I think they're the team to beat. But who knows in the World Cups? You know, it's a tough tournament to win, as we all know. But you know, Australia have got their own headaches now as far as selections are concerned. India are probably going to have a few as well, trying to sort out their middle order batting. But no, it's an exciting time. I'm really excited about the next couple of months here in the IPL, and then we can start thinking about the World Cup after that.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking to us, Ricky, and all the best for the coming months.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. Yes, that was former Australia captain Ricky.